Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you as always for tuning back in. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Layla, the Lenormand reader, and I use the amazing Lenormand deck. Download your starter guide to discover and master this amazing deck. Welcome to a new weekly reading. We've got Titania's deck today, and we are doing a pyramid layout. Let's go ahead and start with you, Aries, and see what's ahead for you this week. Okay, Aries, here's your pyramid. It's lovely for money. We have the fish card next to the star. The fish is the card of money, usually. It's also about work and business. And with the star, we see some wonderful things materializing for you and hopefully ones that you want. The stork is great for activity and setting things into motion. So probably something picks up this week, Aries, and it does good for you financially. You could also be making changes to your work or your business, and certainly in a way that is aligned with you and in a way that delivers positive results. We have the anchor and tower. This is definitely a combination of time and patience, and it's very much about sticking with things and certainly sticking with what you're doing. The anchor is about staying put, and it's pretty strong in this sense, and the tower is about longevity over the long term. So it's very clear that you need to stick with what you're doing, and you need to stick on this path, Aries, and be patient for this stuff to materialize. The Rider is a great card for action as well, a bit like the Stork. It's a forward-moving card. It takes initiative, and is also a card of news. And certainly with the beautiful star here, we see some very positive news coming through. So if we take the Rider to build on the anchor and tower, it's really things picking up after a time of patience and hanging in there, which, by the way, aligns pretty well with what we see in the bottom row. So these are some really positive cards for something materializing for you, most probably in the area of work, money, and business. There's progress, there's positive feedback, there's good news, and there's efforts bearing fruit. The key here, Aries, is really to stick with what you're doing, to stick with the disciplines, because you are on the right track. Now, the Stork with the Tower and Rider is similar. It really tells us that the action that you're taking, the progress that you're making, and the forward steps that you're moving into right now with the Rider are building on the current path. So you are building on top of what you're doing, Aries. So it's change in terms of progress, but it's not changing away from your path. It's making progress within your path. The Star with the Anchor and Rider is great for positive feedback, coming to a firm conclusion and understanding, and similar to what we see with the Tower, it's about moving forward with your current path. I would also say, Aries, have confidence in yourself, trust yourself, and pursue these objectives because they are in progress. I have to say, Aries, it's also possible that we're looking at a promotion. There is an improvement. There can be an increase of sorts, an increase of money, an increase of position, and things like that. So this too is very well supported by the cards. I do want to add one thing, Aries. The Tower is sometimes a card of things that have to do with administration, legal stuff. And so maybe you are following up on some kind of procedure or process that you're pursuing, and it should work out really nice. Or in the very least, there is progress. And also about the Tower, Aries, is that it can be associated with people at the top. So authority, managers, people who are in a position to make decisions and so on. They could be highlighted through these cards. So you get their support and you get their positive feedback, and you are very much on your path to better things and also to improvements. I would say mostly work, money, and business, but potentially also in other areas as well. So these are some lovely cards, Aries. I hope you resonate with them in this way. Let me know what you make of them, what it was about for you. As always, I look forward to your thoughts and feedback. Best of luck with the week. Thank you for tuning in. And until next time, take very good care of yourself. Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your weekly reading. Let's draw your pyramid and let's see what is in store for you this week. Okay, Taurus, here is your pyramid. It's looking a little bit challenging. We have the snake, mouse, and also the mountain at the top. So these present somewhat different challenges. Now, they're not very dramatic, although the snake can be a bit toxic. We also have travel cards. We have the road, the ship, and the mountain itself can also be a card related to a place that is farther away from where you are. We have the house, which can represent a connection, like a home or some kind of space that you're connected with. Now, let's get into the lines here. So we have the house, snake, and ship. Now, the snake and ship is very much about turning away, and it sounds like you're leaving behind a certain place or you want to move away from a place. I feel, Aries, or at least within a weekly reading, it sounds like you need to take a break from people and do your own thing. The snake is a quiet card and it's a secretive card. So I would say, Aries, don't share your plans and sort of go away quietly to do your own thing. In another sense, you could be planning a change. You could be planning a move and maybe you're leaving or changing jobs or doing something bigger like that. And the thing about the snake is that, again, it advises secrecy. And so the idea is that you want to keep your plans to yourself, and at least until you have to share what you're doing, I would say keep it to yourself. Now, the road and mouse is a bit bumpy, and we'll see it in other lines as well. It points to some challenges in the path ahead. It tells us that it's not so smooth in the way that you move forward with it. So there are some challenges ahead. The mountain can be the place you go to. It can represent that place abroad or, that's in a different location. So that's where you're heading, and that aligns well with the ship. Now, I have to say, it doesn't have to be like a different country. It could just be a little bit farther from where you are. It's relative to you. But the mountain is also a card of blockages and obstacles. And when we see it close to the road and mouse, you could be facing some challenges in your path. You want to move forward, you're not able to. It's a bit like you have to climb that mountain, a bit of an uphill struggle and things like that. So it's looking a bit slow, indirect, a bit challenged, Taurus, for you to move forward. And I have to say that the message could be that maybe you're trying to force it. So, when we try to force things, sometimes, life stops us and it sort of gets in our way a little bit and we feel we're being blocked. And that could just be a response to wanting to move forward when maybe it's not the ideal time or there are other things that need to be taken care of first. So take this as feedback. So think about what life is trying to tell you. If you need to slow down, if you need to circle back on something else before you move forward, that is possible. The ship with the mouse and mountain, this too is about obstacles, and in fact more so because we have the mouse and mountain together, and it's like these humps that you need to get over. It's like these humps that you need to get over and overcome. And we see them with the ship, which is that, the card of moving forward. So this movement is being blocked or challenged. So expect that, Taurus. And if you can slow down this week, then it's maybe a better idea to do so. The house with the road and mountain, this could be a pretty neutral combination. So if we don't look at the snake and mouse, these three cards can suggest the place that you go to and that you're getting away, going for a place, that's a bit away from your current environment. You sort of want to take some kind of distance, from where you are right now. Take a break and get away. And it could be far or close, but the idea is really to take a break from where you are. Now, I have to say, Taurus, that these cards can also suggest a bigger move, and maybe you're moving abroad, you're moving homes, or you're taking bigger steps like that. That too is possible. But when we take these three cards in the context of the more challenging cards here, we see something similar. We have the snake and a road, which could be a winding path. It feels indirect. I feel you could feel a bit frustrated because of how slow or how challenged the path is right now. So I would say, Taurus, see if you can take it easy, slow down, and as these things come up, don't get too frustrated. I have to add that we're not seeing a cancellation of plans or not making a change or making a move, but it's just how fast and how smoothly you can move forward at this time. I also want to add, Taurus, that the cards really don't tell us anything about what areas this is happening in, apart from the fact that it's a move or a change. But you could be looking at changes with your work. You could be letting go of a certain environment that's become a bit toxic, certain people, or maybe with regards to home and family or your closer circle, you're feeling a bit frustrated right now and you want to get away. So this could be a big move, it could be a smaller change, and it could apply in different contexts. Let me know what you make of these ideas, Taurus. As always, I look forward to your thoughts and feedback. Very best of luck with the week. Thank you for tuning in. And until next time, take very good care of yourself. Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your weekly reading. Let's draw your pyramid and see what is in store for you this week. Okay, Gemini, here is your pyramid and it's looking pretty neutral. We're not seeing strongly challenging cards, strongly negative cards. It's kind of even. We have the Coffin, which is a card of endings or possibly things taking time or someone who's away. And we do have a relationship element here through the Woman and Ring. So let's see what's going on. In the bottom row, we have the Woman with the letter and Coffin. This probably means that this person hasn't been in touch, or maybe it takes time for the news to come through. And it's possible that she doesn't even follow through at all. So maybe you're going to take on the initiative or decide to look in a different direction or be patient a while longer. Now, another way we can read this line, Gemini, is to suggest that there's an announcement of an ending. So this woman can suggest that she's leaving or that something doesn't work out. This is possible. And of course, the specifics of that are going to depend on your unique situation, Gemini. Now, the Ring and Tower is quite a good combination for relationships because it points to a long-term commitment. It can also point to a past relationship, but it still stretches into the present. So either way, whether it's something from the past or just now, the Tower points to an element of longevity in the relationship and a sense of commitment. So it sounds like even if there's been a time apart or, this person is out of touch, there is still a good connection or at least a strong connection. The ship is a card of travel. Often it points to going places. But if not, Gemini, it does suggest adventure and things picking up and moving forward, which is nice to see in contrast with the Coffin. The Coffin can mean that things take time, are on hold, or not really going anywhere. And then we see in the middle that you're giving it time and things pick up with the ship. So it does look like your patience is going to pay off, Gemini. Stick with this, allow this person to come around or wait for the right time to move forward, and you'll see that things fall into place. The Coffin with the Tower and ship, this is an interesting triplet. It can mean a few different things. It can mean that you let something go. So this can point to an end of a chapter, an end of a phase. And the ship suggests forward movement and, moving past what we see here. So letting go of a chapter and moving forward in a different direction. The Woman with the Ring and ship is also about pursuing this journey, pursuing this venture and these objectives. And it does look like if this involves another person, this person is going to come around. So I would say, looking overall, or having gone through the details of the pyramid, Gemini, I feel the Coffin is not so much about an ending. It can mean, but it's more likely about things picking up after a time apart or a time when things were on hold and weren't moving forward. So this person is going to come around. It sounds like you're going to collaborate together, or, things come back together and you're able to move forward. You could also be traveling to visit someone you haven't seen in a long time. You could also reconnect with someone from the past or with a friend or something like that is also likely. And on this note, Gemini, the cards don't really tell us in what context this is figuring. Yes, the Tower can sometimes be a card of business matters, official environments. So it can refer to work and, more professional kind of environments, but it's still flexible and it does have an element of longevity and time. So the cards can be about something personal, a personal relationship, or it can be another kind of relationship in some other context in your life. The idea is that given time, you reconnect and you're able to move forward. So overall, it's quite neutral, but it does have a positive side because of the way the cards progress. Let me know what you make of this, Gemini. As always, I look forward to your thoughts and feedback. Very best of luck with the week. Thank you for tuning in. And until next time, take very good care of yourself. Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your weekly reading. Let's draw your pyramid layout and see what is in store for you this week. Okay, Cancer, here is your pyramid. We do have a couple of challenging cards, including the Whip, but we also have the beautiful Sun, which is a healing card and a wish fulfillment and success card, really a very strongly positive card, and it's nice to see it at the end of the line. And at the top here, we have some pretty peaceful cards as well. So just from an overview, the progression from the bottom to the top is quite positive, and hopefully you overcome the challenges here. So backing up, we've got the Mouse, Whip, and then the Sun. This can point to a loss. It can also point to differences that come up, disagreement with someone. And it can be a little bit heavy-handed because of the Whip, Cancer. But the Sun does help you overcome it. So especially in this order, the Sun helps you overcome the challenges that we see through the Mouse and Whip. I have to say we're not seeing people cards except maybe the Rider. So this could be an issue with someone, but not necessarily. The Moon and Lily, this is a really nice combination for an offer, for a phase in your life or a milestone or like a more important kind of phase in your life. And it could also be an offer of work. It can be in relation to your professional life. So that is quite positive. And the Rider points to progress and forward movement. So this can be an offer and invitation because both the Rider and Moon have that aspect to them. Now, in light of the bottom row, this is interesting, what could be happening for you. So either there is an issue that came up in your work or your career life, and it was like a challenging phase or something that tested you, and you overcome it and you succeed, and this opens a door for progress in your work and career. That is possible. Otherwise, we could be looking at your life in a more general way, where you overcome some challenges and you're able to put yourself back on a stable and predictable path. Something that comes to mind is the area of health. My feeling is if this concerns your health, I feel that you could have a fright or a challenge or something that upsets you or sets you back a little bit. But these are really nice cards for healing and overcoming. The Sun with the Lily and Rider is also very bright. This is beautiful path forward. Things pick up. You recover your energy. You recover your enthusiasm. And they're also really nice cards for progress in your career or an offer or some kind of improvement. The Mouse with the Moon and Rider can mean that things are a bit slower or that you could have been set back a little bit. But again, in this order with the Rider at the end, you're able to move past the challenges and move forward in your goals, in your projects, in your work, and in other areas of your life. Again, we're not really seeing people cards. It sounds like it's really about you, some issues that you're dealing with, some challenges on the job or in your career or in your life in general. But again, Cancer, you overcome them. And in terms of health, you also recover your energy and are able to move forward. So there is like a push forward. There's like this enthusiasm and this sense of purpose that comes back into the picture after these challenges. I have to say also, Cancer, that the Moon and Sun together can sometimes suggest a love relationship. Now, they're not really adjacent to each other. It's not the most ideal way that they are they're configured in order to suggest that, but they're kind of closed. It's a small layout. So in terms of relationships, if that's what's figuring for you, the idea is the same. There's a challenge. I have to say potentially a bigger kind of argument, but you're able to move forward nevertheless. So we're not seeing a separation or a breakup or a break off or some things falling apart like that. We're seeing a resolution. We're seeing healing and overcoming. And also I really like the effect of the moon and lily. They have a really nice stabilizing feel here that, create that sense of foundation and, predictability. So really nice cards for overcoming challenges. Cancer, keep your focus on, remain optimistic. You will soon overcome these issues. Let me know what they were for you. I'm kind of curious if you're willing to share. Very best of luck with the week. Thank you as always for tuning in. And until next time, take very good care of yourself. Hello, Leo. Welcome to your weekly reading. Let's draw your pyramid and let's see what is in store for you this week. Okay, Leo, here is your pyramid and it's looking like you are going places. You could be traveling, taking a trip, or getting away. Even if it's not too far, it doesn't have to be too far at all, but it sounds like you want to get away and maybe do something a bit different. We have the coffin with the road and house. So this can mean that you get away, quite literally, and you either leave your current situation or your place, or you take a vacation from where you are, or perhaps you're visiting someone else, and that's the intention from the trip. The mountain with the bird is also about travel. The bird is typically shorter travel, and the mountain can be a more distant place, but that detail is really, it's really going to come down on your specifics. So you could be going somewhere, and with the anchor, which is a card of being anchored, quite literally, and being put in a place, maybe you have a connection in a different place, or you have a foothold in that location. And we could be looking at the idea, Leo, that you are exploring the possibility of creating some kind of connection in another location, or creating a foothold for you in that space. Now, if this is not about travel or going somewhere or that other location, of course, we can read the cards in another sense as well. The idea is more intangible in this sense, in this interpretation, and it would suggest that you want to get away from a certain environment, detach, in order to find yourself a little bit. So there can be an element of anxiety or boredom, or just needing to get away for perspective. And if you can't actually leave or make a move of sorts in order to create some more space around you, at least you can do it within you, where you distance yourself, you try to have a different perspective, you find yourself, you have confidence in yourself. The house with the bird and anchor is again about this idea of anchoring yourself in that, in this space. The bird is often a card of conversation and communication. So perhaps you need to negotiate something, or you need to, ask questions and seek certain things. But also it can be a bit of a noisy situation that you're in because of the bird and house. And you might want to create some boundary around that so that you can have your peace. The coffin with the mountain and anchor is very much about having that foothold abroad. And with the coffin, you could be contemplating a big change, Leo, where you could be, leaving from where you are, or considering that for some time in the future. And the coffin, like we said, is also about that time apart. So with the mountain, it's definitely about distance and taking time apart. And with the anchor, it's really, again, about this, your sense of centeredness and finding yourself. The cards are mostly neutral. We're not really seeing challenging cards. The coffin is not always challenging. It could just suggest, an ending or a time apart without being either negative or positive. So we're seeing a lot more a dynamic of you distancing yourself, taking a break, taking some time out from where you are or from a certain environment. And the purpose of this is obviously to create more peace, but also I think there's an element of recentering yourself and finding yourself, and also creating boundaries around whatever is noisy or whatever it is you want to get away from. Now, I have to say, Leo, the cards are quite flexible in the sense of what area they figure in. The house is often about home and family, but it can be another space in your life. So maybe you're taking a break from family, or taking a break from the job, or from a social circle, and whatever the house represents for you. But the cards can apply in other contexts as well. Like I just said, in the different ways we can read the house, what kind of space it represents. But also, these other cards apply and follow what context we're reading for. But in general, the idea is that you want to take a break and take time out, create boundaries around whatever is noisy, and create more peace around yourself, Leo. If you're able to do this physically and remove yourself from a certain environment, then do that. But if you can't, still at least do it psychologically, create boundaries, avoid unnecessary conversation and the anxiety that can come with that. So the cards are really focused on you. We don't have relationship cards. The house is a card of people, but it's not so much that one-on-one relationship or the environment or the network. It's more about the space. It can be that. So let me know what you make of these ideas, Leo. Let me know if you're going to take a break, take time out for yourself. Leave me a comment or two. And if you're willing to let me know what area, if it applies, I'd love to know as well. Very best of luck, Leo. Thank you as always for tuning in. And until next time, take very good care of yourself. Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your weekly reading. Let's draw your pyramid and let's see what is in store for you this week. Okay, Virgo, here is your pyramid and it's looking really bright. We have the flowers and star, and these are wish fulfillment, happy, healing cards. And we also have the bird and letter. These are news and communication cards. So it's pretty clear there's some really good news here, and that there is a positive change through the road and some overall happy outcomes. Now, the house and flowers with the road can mean a return to a certain place. But it can also mean that you are feeling creative and enthusiastic and festive. It's a good idea to go out, have fun, and explore things. The letter and star is about very good news that answers a wish, and the bird at the top supports that because it is also a card of communication. So it's pretty similar what's going on here. The bird can sometimes cause anxiety and nervousness, but with the flowers and star, it's more excitement. So you see the flip side of that. So it's more exciting. So this can be pretty exciting. You can also be pretty busy, and you can also be happy sharing, what you're up to and your success. The road with the star and bird, again, this is some good news coming through the bird and star. And the road can mean this journey that you are going for, this path that is opening up for you. It can suggest a physical trip. The bird and road can be travel cards, probably shorter kind of travel, or it could just mean that you're going places and getting busy, visiting, exploring, and doing some exciting things. The house with the letter and bird, again, this is the news that comes through, and it could be an announcement because of the house. So what the news is really not known from these cards, but we do see from the other side of the pyramid that it is some pretty good news. So on this note, Virgo, the cards are really flexible in terms of what this news is about. We're not really seeing a theme card like work or money or health or, those sorts of areas. It could be in relation to a home or, there's like good things happening on the domestic front. But the house can also represent other spaces. So it doesn't have to be just, family. So what area this is happening for you, this is flexible, but we definitely see some exciting good news and some exciting things to do, probably some fun and some celebration. And you definitely want to enjoy this, Virgo, and really, take advantage of this positive energy. You might also be the one communicating the good news or passing it on or sharing what's up with you. So do that as well. So enjoy this week, Virgo, and let me know in what context this played out for you, in what area of life you got this good news, and it's exciting and it enables you to go places, explore, share, and care. I look forward to your thoughts as always. Very best of luck with the week. Thank you as always for tuning in, and until next time, take very good care of yourself. Okay, Libra, welcome to your weekly reading. Let's draw your pyramid and let's see what is in store for you. Okay, Libra, these are looking lovely. We have a work and money theme coming up here through the Fish and Fox. We have the beautiful sun, one of the brightest cards of the deck, and the beautiful tree at the top. And the moon is really nice as well. Now, sometimes and often enough, the moon and fox can be an offer that you need to be warned about. But because of the sun here, which is a very bright card and which shines its light and positivity, this is actually a really good offer. The fox is often a card of jobs, but even if it is not, and if it represents someone or something deceptive, the sun definitely shines its light and the fox turns into a more positive card. So the moon and sun can also be a relationship. Often it's a love relationship, but because of the fish and fox, and in general, we can stretch it to mean other collaborations. So this is looking really positive for an offer and an opportunity, Libra. Now, the mountain and fish can represent something related to money in a different location. Maybe it's an online job, an online business, or maybe it's in another location. You could have investments and things like that. Sometimes the mountain is a card of blockages, and if that's the case for you, then it's going to take maybe just a bit of time because of the tree, which is a card of patience, but we certainly see this positive stuff materializing. So even if you need to slow down this week, Libra, it is fine. You're on the right track, and this opportunity comes through anyway. Now, the fox with the fish and tree is lovely for improvements in your money, your job, your income. This is a really bright combination, the fish and tree. It has to do with growth and abundance. And with the fox, it typically tells us that this has to do with a job or a project or something like that. The moon with the mountain and tree is also a peaceful combination. Again, the mountain can suggest either a place abroad where you're maybe trying to grow roots, or online that is in process of evolving. But if it is about an obstacle, then again, the tree and actually the moon as well, they call for patience and calm in order to allow things to bloom and materialize. So these are some really nice cards, Libra. They bring success and abundance. They bring opportunity, and they tell us that things are on track. Allow things to unfold on their own time. There's no need to try to be pushy about anything. Just really enjoying this state of affairs that is growing and improving. A couple of other possibilities. In case of a relationship, the cards are also kind and warm. And in case of a trip, because of the mountain, you could enjoy some time off as well, really resting and relaxing. So very nice cards, Libra. I hope you resonate with them in this way. Let me know what you make of them. Leave me a comment or two. Very best of luck with the week. Thank you for tuning in. And until next time, take very good care of yourself. Okay, Scorpio, welcome to your weekly reading. Let's draw your pyramid and let's see what is in store for you this week. Okay, Scorpio, here is your pyramid. It is challenging because of the whip, but it sounds like you overcome this. We have the ship with the whip, which can be a bumpy ride. We also see it with the rider. So it looks like the way you move forward or the things that you are pursuing have challenges. So you have to deal with them. And the thing about the bear is that it is a very strong and empowering card. So you're up for this. If someone is going to try to confront you or compete with you or try to, go against you, you are definitely up for this. The bear can even be an enemy. With something like the whip, you could be up against someone or something. But also it does come to your advantage, and it definitely asks you not to back down and to be on top of this. It doesn't have to be a person. It could be a situation that comes up. Now, the house and rider is often a visitor or a meeting, and we see here that we have the man, so it's probable that you need to get in touch with someone or meet with someone in order to resolve these problems. Now, I'm seeing a brighter interpretation of this, Scorpio. My feeling is that this is an opportunity for you to prove that you're capable of dealing with these challenges. This would be a great scenario on the job, for example, where there's a situation or a problem on the job and you're able to deal with it, and you can even collaborate with others and engage them in order to be part of the solution. So I really feel that it is generally positive, even though we have this whip right in the middle of the bottom line. The bear with the rider and man is very much about reaching out to this person and also taking initiative. So in a way, Scorpio, you want to be the boss because the bear really strengthens you. And if this means you need to bring people to the table or even create some boundaries or, clarify certain issues, you are definitely in a position to do this. So have confidence in yourself, Scorpio, to deal with the issues and to engage people. The ship with the house and man is another way to read these three, really. We have the fish and rider that are similar, and we have the house, which we also saw with the rider and the man. So this is, again, reaching out to someone, meeting with someone. It sounds like you need to deal with a situation, and this person is someone you need to reach out to for this. So definitely be on top of this, Scorpio, but also you're not alone. So you need to reach out and engage the right person in order to take care of this. And also, if they are the problem, then you want to also take initiative, Scorpio, to set some boundaries in order to resolve the issue. Now, the cards are flexible in the sense that they don't really tell us if this is a personal issue, a work issue, or some other issue in your life. But the dynamic is the same, Scorpio. You want to be on top of this, create boundaries, and reach out to the right people. So definitely don't step back from this. Don't shy away from it or even worry about it. You've got what it takes to deal with it. Just, step in and do what you need to do. So I hope you take this in a positive way, Scorpio. I certainly look forward to your feedback. Very best of luck with this. Thank you for tuning in. And until next time, take very good care of yourself. Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your weekly reading. Let's draw your pyramid and let's see what is in store for you this week. Okay, Sagittarius, here is your pyramid. It's very pretty. It's clearly about a relationship and probably a personal relationship or a loving friendship or something nice and sweet and warm like that. We have the man and woman together. They can represent any two people. And we have the heart at the top, which is a soft card for love and emotions, and the beautiful flowers as well, which is lovely for attraction and flirting. And it's really a fun card. Now, earlier here, we have the scythe and child and the scythe and flowers. The scythe is often a card of separation, but what we're seeing here is that there's a new beginning, and it could come suddenly. So the scythe is not about a breakup in this context. It's more about the sudden new beginning or the sudden opportunity with this person. So the scythe with the flowers and man is this a happy connection. There could be a celebration, or perhaps there's a chance encounter or an opportunity to be with this person. And things could happen a little bit accidentally or without planning. That is possible because of the scythe. But the flowers is a lovely festive card. So it definitely encourages you to be open to this relationship, Sagittarius. The woman with the child, a child and woman, is a new relationship. Quite in a straightforward way, and the heart at the top is lovely for feelings and connection. So it's a very straightforward pyramid, very clear what the cards are telling us here. There's a lovely new connection with someone. Now, Sagittarius, the child, is sometimes associated with children, literally. Now, if this is about growing a family, it's not the best of combinations with the scythe, because that could mean something falling through or not working out in this sense. But it's not my feeling that it's about children. It can be for some of you, but it's not my feeling. And still, there are some lovely messages here. So even if there's a challenge with a child or with having a child, there's still plenty of hopefulness and a generally positive vibe. Now, the man with the woman and heart, this is very straightforward, a good connection here. And the scythe and child is about this new beginning into this love relationship or this feelings here. So very sweet and pretty cards, really nice for a relationship. And my feeling is that it's mostly about personal, loving connection, and not so much professional or something else like that. But of course, it can apply in different contexts for you, Sagittarius. Regardless, though, it's a very good connection and it's a lucky new relationship. So I would say enjoy it and get to know this person. So let me know what you make of this, Sagittarius. I certainly hope you resonate with these cards in a positive way. I look forward to your thoughts and feedback as always. Very best of luck with it. Thank you for tuning in. And until next time, take very good care of yourself. Okay, Capricorn, let's do your cards here. Let's draw your pyramid and see what is in store for you this week. Okay, Capricorn, here is your pyramid. It's an interesting mix of cards, mainly because of the cross and scythe here, the book, and then we have this lovely connection here with this person. So let's read these lines and see how it builds up. The dog with the man and scythe. This could be a separation from a friend, or perhaps something sudden happens with them. The dog is a card of friends, and the man represents this person, or it can represent a relationship, like two people. The scythe can point to a separation, but my feeling is that it's not really that. It's more that there's a situation or an event that comes up, and it could create a bit of an urgency here. Now, the heart and cross can be a little bit heavy on the heart. It can mean that things are weighing on you and you're not sure what to make of this relationship. And the book at the top suggests an element of silence, of being closed. So maybe something happens, it affects you negatively. Maybe it's hurtful. It's also possible that it's hurtful, Capricorn. But the thing about the book is that you might not share how you feel. And maybe there is another person that you're better off confiding in because of this situation. So like I said, the book is a card of the unknown, and you could be keeping this to yourself. But also, Capricorn, it's possible that there are still some unknown factors that you need to, be made aware of, or maybe they haven't surfaced yet. And so that's another reason why you sort of want to hang on a little bit before you do anything about this person or the situation that you're in with this person. The scythe with the cross and book points to an important secret or some important knowledge that you can come through. But again, it sounds like you keep it to yourself. So if you discover something about someone, or someone shares something that's probably going to surprise you, you want to hold on to it a little bit. On the other hand, the dog with the heart and book is a lovely message. It typically points to someone who has feelings that are not revealed. It typically points to feelings that are not revealed. So that too is another possible scenario. But building on what we're seeing here, you want to maybe give this person a chance or have a bit of compassion, because there could be something going on that you do not fully understand. So what could come across as hurtful or difficult, and that's not necessary, but in case it is, you want to just hold off a little bit before coming to a judgment or acting on it, Capricorn, because there could be some more things that are in process of being revealed. Now, in another sense, these cards here, especially the man with the heart and dog along with the book, this side here of the pyramid, it really works well to suggest that you could have a connection with someone. There is a bit of an admiration here, but you or the other person or both of you are not expressing this. So it's not, it hasn't been revealed. And the scythe and cross can mean that it's a bit difficult on you or both of you to express how you feel about each other. That too is possible. So it's an interesting set of cards, quite unique, Capricorn, and there could be a couple of scenarios like that. Now, another layer on top of this is that the cards don't really tell us if this is personal or work-related or in some other area. The heart and dog make it more likely that it's a personal relationship or a friendship. But the cards are still pretty flexible and they can apply in another context. So again, Capricorn, to recap, there could be something that happens with someone that is potentially a bit hurtful, but don't jump to conclusions, at least not just yet, and wait a little bit for things to be revealed. And you might be surprised that there is actually really good intentions or a caring kind of energy behind this. So let me know what you make of these interesting cards, Capricorn. I certainly look forward to your feedback about how they resonated with you, because they're kind of unique here. Very best of luck with this. Thank you as always for tuning in. And until next time, take very good care of yourself. Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to your weekly reading. Let's draw your pyramid and see what is in store for you this week. Okay, Aquarius, here is your pyramid, and it's focused on use and contact and communication. We have the letter and book together, we have the woman, and we have the heart, which is a nice, gentle card. Now, the cross is sometimes a bit challenging, but it's really not a big deal, at least not in this context. And it can mean certain choices or just needing to assess things. Now, the cross with the heart and woman can be a bit of a difficult relationship, or maybe there's a bit of regret. That is possible, Aquarius. Maybe you're feeling regretful towards a certain person, or maybe you're concerned about this person. The road with the book can be about certain uncertainties, or that you are pursuing a path without much information. Maybe you need this information. And actually with the letter, it makes sense that you reach out, you get in touch in order to gather the information that you need or to clarify where you're heading. Now, in the context of the top cards with the bottom row, this person can be part of well, obviously it could be the person you're getting in touch with. She could be someone you're collaborating with, and maybe you lack some clarity around what the expectations are or what you're doing exactly. And she could also be, and that would be in a more personal relationship sense, she could be someone you have a close connection with, but maybe some things had been happening, or maybe you feel that some things have been unsaid and you don't want to move forward without knowing how this person feels or what is going on, so you get in touch. So all of these scenarios are possible, and of course there are plenty more depending on your specific situation, Aquarius. But the idea is really not to walk it alone in the dark. Let's say, okay, you could have some doubts, or you have some concerns or issues about this person or with this person. And so it's a better idea to vocalize things. The woman with the book and letter is about news. It's important news as well that could come pretty soon. So again, this idea of communicating and interacting. And the cross and road with the letter, this is interesting. The cross and road is about being at crossroads, quite literally. So this is about needing to make a choice. And it's not surprising that we have the letter here in the context of these cards, because you need some input or some knowledge or information in order to make the right choice for you. So it sounds like here it's really about vocalizing certain concerns you might have, Aquarius. Bring them out into the open, get a feel for how the other person feels about this situation, and don't just bottle it up and stay in the dark. Just get in touch and clarify whatever you need to clarify. And I do think that there's going to be a positive response. It sounds like this person is kind and considerate, but maybe there is some a process maybe where you need to clarify things. Another thing, Aquarius, is that the cards are flexible in terms of context. We're not seeing if this is love or personal or a friendship or family, or if it's work or money related, and such possibilities. So the cards are flexible across contexts. You let me know, Aquarius, how the situation worked out for you, who this person is, and what it is you needed to clarify. As always, I look forward to your thoughts and feedback. Very best of luck with this, Aquarius. Thank you for tuning in. And until next time, take very good care of yourself. Okay, Pisces, welcome to your weekly reading. Let's draw your pyramid and see what is in store for you this week. Okay, Pisces, here is your pyramid. It's looking lovely for money and work and business. We have the fish with positive cards. The fish is a card of money, finances, and business in general, and work. And we're seeing some really positive cards, and also peaceful and steady cards, along with the child at the top, which is a card of new beginnings. So the ring, flowers, and lily sounds like what you're doing is going to bloom. And it can also refer to a relationship that you have that's going to prove to be productive and supportive of your life or your direction or your work. So these are some really nice cards. And you could also see some efforts paying off here. The thing about the ring is that, yes, it can refer to this relationship that supports you, but the ring is also a card of continuity, through the circle thing. And so it can be a reference to the idea of committing to what you're doing and that it's going to pay off. So this is lovely. I also like the lily here with the flowers because it has a more steady feel, and it is a card that supports a longer term vision. So it sounds like you're going to land in a steady state. That it has a vision and predictability, and that is productive. So you're going to land in the space where what you're doing is going to be supportive and productive. The moon and fish is an offer. It can also be appreciation, and it builds on this idea of blooming. So this is great for money and finances. And the child here really points to a new beginning. So it could be a new phase, a new opportunity. My feeling, Pisces, is that it's a new phase. So it's like you are like we said in the bottom row, like you're entering in a situation that is more steady, more predictable, and that is more productive. So it sounds like you're turning the page on phase 1 or whatever phase it was, and now you're moving into that productive, predictable space that is producing the results that you want for your work, in your business, or in some practical area of your life. So really nice cards. We have the Lily, Fish, and Child. This is great for a new source of income, possibly even a new career or a new direction, or like we said, a new phase in what you're doing. And hopefully this is a new level of abundance for you as well, Pisces. The Ring with the Moon and Child, this is sort of similar. There's this supportive connection here, and there's a new offer or a new phase. So again, we're seeing the same ideas being repeated across the different lines and combinations. And so it's pretty clear, Pisces, that you're entering a phase of prosperity and well-being, mostly on the financial front, but it could also affect other areas of your life. And you could see some really positive results here. And if you're in for a new offer altogether, then it's looking also really positive for you, Pisces, and very hopeful. And I think encouraging for you to pursue some growth and, some improvements in your life, your income, your work and business. So really nice cards here. I also want to add one more thing. This relationship, if it is a relationship, which it can be, sounds like a really supportive one. So I would say with the flowers and moon, it's a good idea to nurture this relationship and to enable it to grow and bloom. Lovely cards, Pisces. I certainly hope they resonate with you this week and their lovely messages here. Let me know in the comments what you made of them, how they resonated with you. As always, I look forward to your thoughts and feedback. Very best of luck with the week. Thank you for tuning in. And until next time, take very good care of yourself.